Joe Biden, former president of the United States, it's your birthday. And I don't have this planned out or anything. I'm just sitting here and I'm like, let's make the video. Okay. Look, Joe Biden right here. You see November 20th, 1942. So, how old are you, Joe? So, Joe Biden is age 83 years old. Okay. And you see right there the 46th U.S. president. What day did Joe Biden become the president? So the inauguration was January 20th, but what day was he selected? What day was Joe Biden selected president? So is Joe Biden a Scorpio? Are we still in Scorpio season? Okay. So they want to just bring up the inauguration day. So that what day was election 2020 presidential?
Presidential elections were held in the United States on November 3, 2020. The Democratic ticket of former Vice President Joe Biden and California Junior Senator Kamala Harris defeated the incumbent Republican President Donald Trump and Vice President Mike Pence.
There's that 113 again that I keep bringing up with politics. Look at that right there. We get it one more time. Joe Biden was selected November 3rd, 113, when politics equals 113. And that was my last video, wasn't it? Right here, where I bring up another video and the 113 because we had this other politician, and wow, he was all connected to Joe Biden. And this story hit one day before his birthday. Larry Summers, uh, takes a leave of absence from Harvard or whatever. He's like a teacher, former president, which also connects to Biden, who's the former president. But look, he's got that November 30th birthday. You see the 113 right there. And I mentioned George H.W. Bush with the November 30 birthday. Dick Cheney dies. Look, Dick Cheney died 113. You see that right there? Isn't that amazing? When November 3rd, 5 years prior, Biden is selected, and you see his birthday, January 30th, 1-3, and you see again politics 113 and 103. Don't forget. And look, that's 10 days after an inauguration, typically January 20th, right? Isn't that amazing? And man, with that be oh, and yeah, what I was going to say is don't forget Joe Biden hit the Senate stage the third day of the first month. Let's see if I still have that in my algorithm. January 3rd, right here. So check this out. Boom. And the 113th Congress. Re-elected senators for the 113 Congress in a ceremonial event. You see that? Other January 3rd events. And that was 2013 even. You see that? How do you get that to not pop up? Biden signed a spending bill on January 3rd, 2023, and various actions and speeches related to the Senate on other years, such as the official start of the 112th Congress in 2011 when he was okay, but whatever. 1-3, 1-3, 1-3. Look at all those 1-3s right there. Isn't that wild? And now we're on the former president's birthday, right? So, what zodiac are we in right now? Are we still Scorpio? We're still Scorpio. It looks like it runs to tomorrow. So it looks like Scorpio runs to tomorrow. Let me get another tab going here. So Joe Biden, the Scorpio. Sometimes when you ask, it like varies by a day. But we're going off of what Google officially tells us here. Okay, so I enter Scorpio in there. I don't notice anything. How many days does today leave? Oh, look. Today leaves 41 days in the year, and Scorpio equals 41. Look at this right here. Boom. November 20th, Joe Biden's birthday leaves 41 days. And look, Scorpio equals 41. Look at that. Don't forget also, you see that 40 right there? November equals 40 and 41. And look, don't forget, November's got the 94 as well. Like Scorpio. Isn't that amazing? So let's, Joe Biden, it's your birthday. Let's get serious here. What day did his family get in that big accident? Okay, let's not fail to bring that up. Some of his family died, right? And some of them were just injured. What day did Joe Biden's family get in the car accident? And Google Voice is like impatient, man. Won't even let me finish. It was December 18th. Look at this, a 13-month-old daughter. Oof. Look at this right here. His wife, Neela Hunter Biden, was driving with their 3 young children. So that's a wife and 3 children. So that's 1 and 3 again. Look at that. And then a 13-month-old daughter. Ah, man. Their station wagon was broadsided by a tractor trailer while returning from shopping for a Christmas tree in Hockessin, Delaware. His wife Neela and their 13-month-old daughter Naomi died. So that's the wife and then the 13-month-old. One wife, 13-month-old, 113. Okay? This is politics. Everything's ran on the language. Naomi died in the crash. That's the daughter. Their 2 sons, Bo and Hunter, were seriously injured but survived. So you get like 2 more 13s, 113s right there. I wasn't even familiar with those ones. And how many days after Biden's birthday was this? Let me pull up another calculator here. Isn't that wild? And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that was right around his Senate time. Yeah, Joe Biden, who had just been elected to the U.S. Senate, was in Washington, D.C. at the time. Come on, man. Sacrifices. I mean, this is... Isn't that wild? So what year was that? Let's see. What year was that? Do they tell us? When? Okay, it was December 18, 1972, shortly after Joe became U.S. Senator. So December 18th, 1972, how many days after his birthday? Wow, right? December 18, 1972. 28 days. Look, 4 weeks, 1 day span. And his birthday leaves 41 days in the year. Look at that right there. Look at that right there. And Scorpio and November equal 41. Isn't that wild? Look at that, man. Okay, Scorpio and November equal 41. His birthday leaves 41 days in the year, a 4 week and 1 day span from that car accident, from his birthday to the car accident. 41 span. And his that accident, yeah, I said his birthday to the accident, I think. But look, you get 49 date numerology on the accident. Washington equals 49. That also is the 94 reverse. November and Scorpio equal 94. Okay. Look, you see 31 date numerology. You get a 3 and a 1 again. Right there. And the accident left 13 days in the year. Another 1 and another 3. Even his birthday, 11/20, today, 11 plus 20 is 31. Jeez Louise. So we get all these 13s, right? Former president of the United States. Was there 13 original colonies? Yes, there were 13 original British colonies that revolted against Great Britain and formed the United States. You see that right there? Come on, right? Scorpio season, man. Here's a picture here. We don't know if it's really Joe Biden right now, do we? Right? Are Scorpios associated with death? Yes, Scorpios are strongly associated with death, but primarily as a symbol of transformation, rebirth, and regeneration. It's right after he hit the Senate. This is because Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, the Roman god of the underworld, and is symbolized by the scorpion and phoenix, both of which represent cycles of death and rebirth. Come on, right? Isn't that wild? Man, so that's easy money, man. Oh, that's not going to pull up any better. Man, let's pull this up right here. Wow, Joe Biden, it's your birthday. See that right there, man? Isn't that amazing? Joe Biden, man, it's your birthday. What else? I mean, what else do we need to know about Joe? It's kind of like a point proven right there. Remember Joe Biden's birthday, November 20th, 1120. Drop the 0, you get 112. Because it's a 0, right? Can't scratch it out. 112, 112. Remember Donald equals 112. American politician who served as the 46th president of the United States from 2021 to 2025. And of course they give us ads on Joe Biden right there. Farewell address to the nation 10 months ago. Jeez, man. Born in Scranton, Pennsylvania, Democratic Party. Remember Kamala Harris, the 49th vice president as well. You get that 49. Her birthday was also on the 20th, right? And oh, look. So Nelia Hunter Biden, we mentioned that 72. Did she survive? because that marriage ended in 72. Because he's got the new wife, Jill, right? Did Nelia Biden die? Oh, yeah, she did die in that crash. She was in her 31st year of life. Age 30, 31st year of life. So let's look at Jill Biden as well as Nelia. Her middle name was Hunter, and that's the son's name. Oh, look at this. She was born also in 42 like Biden. She was a teacher. Look, her birthday was on July 28th, okay? And the crash was 28 days after Joe Biden's birthday. Look at that right there. And she dies. See that right there? She's got the July 28th birthday. Look at that right there. Let's look at Jill Biden now. I have a feeling there's some 13s associated with her. Her birthday is June 3rd. 6336. She's age 74 right now. Jill Tracy Jacobs Biden, born in 51, age 74. Get a picture of her up here. Here she is right here. Kind of boom. How many days is Biden's birthday after hers? Maybe we can do that real quick. She's got the June was it June 3rd? The June 3rd birthday? Yeah, June 3rd is her. So her birthday is 11 days before Trump, okay? Remember, DC equals 11. Joe Biden's birthday, the 11th month. Wow, right? So Biden's birthday is 170 days after hers. Look at this right here. Come on, man. Look at that right there. Joe Biden, it's a span of 24 weeks, 3 days. Jill Biden's birthday to Joe Biden's birthday. You get J and J, right? Jill and Joe. Look at the 24-week, 3 day span from her birthday, including that date, to Joe Biden's birthday, which is today. 24-week, 3 day span. His full name equals 243, if I'm not mistaken, or 234. 243. Look at that right there. Bam. Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., 243. That's ABC 123 in the cipher. Look at that. Undeniable. Undeniable, man. Look at that right there. ABC 123. Look at the cipher breakdown. Look at that right there. 243. Wow. And a 24-week, 3 day span. His current wife, Jill's birthday to his birthday. Wow. Her birthday leaves 211 days in the year. That's the 47th prime number. President, White House, government, Republican, Democrat, DC, agent, all equal 47. Trump equals 47. You know, the rivalry between him and Trump. Isn't that absolutely incredible? Wow. Isn't that amazing? Joseph Robinette Biden Sr. was born November 13th. Joseph Robinette Biden Sr., his dad, was born November 13th. Oh my God. Look at that right there. 1113. You get the 113 again. And his birthday's 7 days before his son's. Ah, man. And remember that car accident with his other wife, and she died, left 13 days in the year. Nelia Hunter Biden was driving with their 3 young children. That's 1 and 3. And then the 13-month-old daughter, Naomi, dies. Remember, crash equals 49 as well, like Washington. Isn't that amazing? Wow, man. It's just like, how deep do you want to go? Man, amazing stuff. How was that for It's Your Birthday, Joe Biden? Jeez, right? Man. And OTF on top of that. I'm not going to label these OTF. I'm just going to label the trending stories I do OTF. Even though this was on the fly, I'm just going to label it It's Your Birthday, you know? I'm starting to make fewer videos where I'm putting in so much time on slides and everything. I'm still going to do those when I get time, but I'm trying to find other ways and other things to do as well with my spare time, maybe try to make some more money somehow. I don't know. But anyways, I'm not here to really talk about myself, even though I'm regular, even though I'm not going to shy away and pretend I'm something I'm not, you know what I'm saying? But this is why I make these videos. There's a lot of people making videos just to make videos. Do you understand? Like this knowledge is like it's like a gift and it's like skillful. I don't think everybody can see stuff like this, so I put it out there so it can be done with whatever, however it's used, whatever. But I gotta share it. Okay. Wow. So amazing. November 20th, Thursday, 2025. Scorpio, Joe Biden. It says tomorrow. I think it said tomorrow was the last day or the 23rd. I don't know if I misspoke earlier, but according to Google, he still falls in Scorpio season. Joe Biden, it's your birthday, November 20th. All right. That was fun. Until next time.